Hello and welcome to me checking out the demo for Sky Caravan. This is part of the Steam NextFest of February 2022. And yeah, I thought we'd just go ahead and get right into it. Also, I apologize if you guys can hear background noise. Yeah, we got some yard work going on right now. Hey, you. Welcome to Sky Caravan's demo. Kindly tell me your name. I am Suwey. Okay, Suwey. I'm Capybara and a barman. I run this Cappy Bar. Alright, that's all you need to know about me. What are your pronouns? I'm a she. Oh, that's cute. I like that. Good, now let's get down to business. Sky Caravan is a game of choices and consequences. It's a story that is all about how you react. Okay, cool. Chill. You just reacted and made a decision. You seem chill. Like me, if I was more naive. You can also choose reactions by pressing 1, 2, and 3 on your keyboard. Let's move on. You play as captain of a delivery skyship, or a Sky Caravan. Your ship is named 41 BIS. Don't ask me why. I only name drinks, not ships. You're an outlander, born in the surface. You're also indebted to a terrible loan shark. Exciting. Ugh. Hey, it's a setup for a fun adventure. Nothing to face palm about. That loan shark's name is Marimbondo. Ever heard a creepier name? Your debt isn't just a chump change either. You owe him a full 10,000 grana. You now deliver stuff to get money and pay your debt. Fun times ensue, you know the rest. In this demo, you'll play through one of the first adventures of the game. You and your 3 crewmates are starting their first delivery together. They don't know about your little debt situation. In fact, you barely know each other at all. But you'll get to soon enough, and your decisions can shape your relationships too. Want to hear more about your crew? Sure. What do you want to know about? We got Jackie, Barto, and Kleber. We'll hear about Kleber first. Hey, Cap. Where are we going today? Your street-wise pilot, reckless and a bit shady. Always down for some money and adventure. Maybe more than he should. He's a good person underneath that tacky shirt, maybe. Want to hear more? Yeah. Who do you want to know about? We'll ask about Jackie. If you need a fix, I can give a hand or 3. Your engineer, the brains of the crew. Bubbly person, tries to pet me constantly. She knows to get serious when needed, nonetheless. I respect that. Want to hear more? Yeah, let's learn about our last person. Bardo. And you give him a deep voice. Captain, would you care to try a new recipe of mine? An animal friend, anteater. We get along well enough. He's your crew's cook. A bit of a pacifist, except when he criticizes food. Very talented though. Makes a mean feijoada. Okay, onboarding is almost over. Your fun starts soon. Here's just a few more things you should learn about the job. Want a tutorial? Yeah, I do. Okay, you monitor your ship through panels. Okay, you need to do it in a certain amount of day. Be late, we'll discount it from your pay. Okay, he is my employer. Grana's up here. Okay. CCA is a diligent company. Finish delivery, get Grana. Okay. Okay. Status panel. Morale, supplies, and fuel. Alright. At 80% as a courtesy. Okay. Okay. Okay, so you need to have these at like somewhat decent. Okay. Okay. Orange button skips the next choice. Good for replayability. Oh, nah, I'm good. That's it, you're ready to go. Oh, I can press space, okay. That'll make me happy. And don't forget to give us some feedback too. Okay. So how do I start? Okay, it's just fade into black. The 5th passenger. Okay. After getting cargo from Capybara's warehouse, you call your client from the 41 bis terminal. You look at the crew. They seem nervous, just like you. Animal eggs are a big responsibility. Before you all can keep musing about the cargo's fragility, the screen cracks to life. Hey there, guess you're the ones who took my request. Oh, it's been a while since I've seen a specimen like you. We'll be friendly. You briefly introduce yourself. The crew follows out of courtesy. After Bardo says his name, Rosanna interrupts. Yeah, you. Don't know the last time I saw an anteater that big. Excuse me? Yeah, I'm used to seeing way smaller members of your species. With claws like this around, I bet no one would mess with you guys, huh? We'll find it funny. Oh yeah, I like using arrow keys. Yeah, Bardo is one dangerous element, you tell her with your best straight face. Jackie is failing to suppress a laugh. Clubber lets out a snort. Captain, please don't joke like that. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about any adult animals in your ship, though. The beautiful exotic eggs I bought are in your ship now, ready to come home. I see it's your first time delivering them to me, but don't fret, it's not that hard. You hope she's right. Either way, it is your first delivery, so it's better to ask any questions you have. Okay. Let's see, I split the cargo. The eggs are all of different species, all from all sorts of places in the skies. They're very fragile, so keep them safe in their incubators until you get to Aquarella. Once you bring them to me, I'll take care of them until they hatch into pretty little pets. The incubators will keep them in the right temperature for now. I know for a fact there's no risk of them hatching, not unless you really mess up. Anyways, I'm sure that won't be the case. Well, I'll see you in Aquarella. Don't be late. And around you, your crew members glance at each other nervously. Exotic pets, huh? The Aquarella marketplace sounds interesting. Maybe someone who can tell you what it's like there. Let's ask Jackie. Does she know? I went there a few times when I was a kid, Captain. It can be tough to get around on foot, but there are bridges and cable cars between city blocks. Almost all of them have docking points for ships, though, including the Aquarella marketplace. In fact, I heard that's how it came to be, just a communication tower with merchant ships landing nearby. It grew and grew until it became the structure it is today. Anyway, let's make sure our eggs are secured and start our trip. You're still worried about the condition of the eggs. Despite Rosanna's reassuring words, you'd rather not take any chances. It's probably a good idea to have someone checking the cargo every once in a while. But who should you choose? You can't help but be unsure. You barely know them. You'll have to go with your gut. Let's do the anteater guy. I will admit, I do not know much about eggs outside of cooking, Captain. But I will not betray the trust you are placing in me. Is it weird, though, an animal taking care of exotic pets? You keep this up, I'll cook you an exotic dinner. As long as you don't use the eggs for that, I think we'll be fine. Why, I never. What do you take me for? Jokes aside, everyone seems a bit on edge. You hope you made the right decision. With the cargo watch decided, you plot the course for Aquarella. And so begins the crew's first delivery. One day passes. You'll wake up earlier than usual the next morning with the roar of a colossal thundercloud approaching your roof. Don't panic, people. It'll just be a small course correction. 3 ways we could deal with this, Cap. 1, we could try to get around the storm, but that will cost us about 2 days. 2, we could try flying above it, but it'll definitely waste more fuel to keep the 41 bis that high. And 3, we could go through it as fast as we can. And face that storm? Are you out of your mind? I vote going around it. Better than facing the storm, and it won't burn up fuel as much as sailing above it. We only have, what, 1 or 2 more days until we reach Aquarella, and from there straight to the marketplace. No need to rush. I say our well-being must come first. If burning fuel gets us to safety faster, I say we fly above the clouds. Stop fretting, you two. Are you really caravaneers? I bet I can get us through no problem. No need to waste time or fuel. As expected, nobody seems to come to an agreement. They all seem to have a point, though. You wonder who you should listen to. I think we should listen to Jackie. Thanks, Captain. I knew you'd listen to reason. I know no one wants to waste time with another route, but it's the best call for now. I suppose I better work on rationing our supplies for an extra day. Ugh, I knew I could totally make it through. You gotta trust me more, Cap. The crew's stares are enough to silence Clever's complaints. The rest of the day goes by slowly, with the storm gradually becoming more distant. Alright. Now that you start working together, mealtime has been interesting, to say the least. Bardo is a respectable chef. He tends to carefully consider nutrition and supplies in his cooking, not just the taste. He can be a tad peculiar sometimes, though. Seems like it's one of those days, as he's been locked in the kitchen all morning without letting anyone in. When the door finally opens, you see Bardo holding a basket filled with rectangular fried snacks. Everyone, today is your lucky day. I've just come up with a new recipe. Please, please, come try. I'm sure it will blow you away, Captain. Ooh, pastel! You've made my day already. You sure haven't seen any snack like that back in the surface. Considering Jackie's excitement, it must be quite tasty. Should you ask about it or take a closer look? Let's ask her about it, because she seems to be, like, knowledgeable, you know? You turn to Jackie and ask if pastels are common in the skies. Wait, you've never had any? They're pretty popular. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Me and Grandma always went with these with some sugarcane juice when I was a kid, you know. I experimented a bit with the filling. Now that we lost a whole day going around that thundercloud, I had to get creative not to waste any supplies. Oh, please, cut it out, Chef. At least we're safe, aren't we? I suppose. Anywho, we had some bittersweet bananas in storage. I've never worked with them before, but there's no time like the present. Bittersweet bananas? Well, I tend to stick to meats or cheese when it comes to fillings. But hey, I'm up for it. Well then, bon appetit. You take a bite of the pastel. It's piping hot, but most of all, it's insanely bitter. Whatever Bardo did, it took the sweetness completely out of the equation. Looking at Jackie, her reaction is about the same as yours. Bardo looks at you with anticipation in his eyes. You can't help but notice his tail. Is it wagging like a dog's? Well, what is your verdict? An intriguing combination, is it not? Lie, angry, or motivate? Let's motivate. You give Bardo the truth, making sure to encourage him to try harder next time. I see. So it ended up being too bitter for your tastes. Do not worry, though. I know exactly how to fix this. The crust was very nice, though. I love the cinnamon. Much appreciated, you two. I shall keep that in mind. This could have gone better, but you're confident that Bardo will make you some delicious pastels in the future. Hey. This place is pretty! It's so cool looking! You finally arrive at Aquarella. The sea of vibrantly colored house clusters is definitely a fascinating sight. Oh my! Look over there! Jackie points out one of the windows, from where you can see a huge banner being towed by a tiny helicopter. Aquarella's summer festival has finally begun! Oh right, it's barbecue season. The festival's chuck roast skewers are really well known. Definitely worth taking a bite. And you know what else happens during the barbecues? Soccer betting! There's always someone willing to bet on a match. I got some good grana before. Speaking of games, there's always a charity tournament happening. I heard the game chosen for this event, for the event this year was pool. The crew sure seems excited. A short stop might be a good opportunity to start getting along with them. Still, it's your first delivery and you still have a deadline to meet. Shouldn't you be more focused? You look kinda tense, Captain. Let me guess, you're worried about the delivery? Don't worry, the festival is a public holiday here. And when there's a holiday in Aquarella, most of the city stops. Even our air routes are blocked during the day so everyone can take part in the festival. Sounds like you'll have to take the day off. Well, I'll look for a platform to land the 41 bis. Well, you probably won't have time to explore the whole event, though. I think it's best if we split so everyone can enjoy the evening. Fair enough. We'll be next to the skewers if you need me. I'll take a look at the pool tournament. Maybe I can find a partner to play with. There's soccer screening today. I'll look for betters. It's your first time in Aquarella, but your crewmates seem quite familiar with the festival. I want to tag along with Jackie, because the charity pool tournament sounds bomb. I decided to join Jackie in the tournament. I'm glad you're tagging along, Suwey. So, pool partners then? Don't worry, I can always carry us through. Jackie grabs your hand and leads you to the registration site inside a warehouse. Welcome, Caravanners, one of the organizers says through a microphone. This is a charity tournament. To apply, you must donate a gallon of fuel. Some of the fuel raised will be distributed to travelers in need. The rest will be distributed among the winners of each match. This better be worth it. You quickly return to the ship and grab a small gallon. Perfect, thank you, the organizer says, taking your fuel. You're directed to a table where two players are waiting. Alright, Suwey, let's go. You briefly talk to the adversaries. Leia Ramos, a tall woman with a scar on her left eye, and her partner Flavio, a giant mantis. We'll have to alternate shots. If you're not confident in pocketing, you can try disrupting their plays or setting me up. And with that, Jackie goes to play the break shot, freeing the balls from their triangle formation. They scatter, and the game is on. Since no balls were pocketed, it's the other team's turn. Ramos manages to use one of your balls to hit ball 13, sinking it right off the bat. Not a good start for you. The mantis then goes up, fumbles a bit, and a 9 ball ends up in that awkward spot. It's your team's turn again, so you get in position. Jackie gives you a thumbs up. Ball 6 is in a good spot. You might pocket it. You could set up 3 for Jackie or try to disrupt the other team by making your 7 hit their 10. I'm gonna go with setting it up. You try to play it safe like Jackie said. The cue hits 3, getting it closer to a corner. Jackie nods, glad you're following through. Now it's the opposing team's turn. Ramos looks carefully at the table before getting into position to hit 9. She manages to curve the stripe just right so it bounces off his 12 and gets pocketed. That's not all though. Ball 12 smacks against your 3, pushing away from the corner towards the center of the table. It's your turn again. What do you do? I don't know. Let's see. I don't think it matters what I pick here. We'll do 5. If you can't outskill or outsmart, try to out crazy. You try to measure your strength to bounce solid 5 across the table. It bounces about 4 different balls, some yours, some theirs. Somehow it ends up right next to a pocket and stops there. Ramos and the mantis can't dislodge it without pushing it in. Ramos goes for stripe 12 next. She places it near the center, needing all but a nudge to fall in, something her mantis partner seems eager to do. It's Jackie's turn next. She's very direct, actually striking ball 5 with such force it goes straight into the hole. Good plays come with experience. I'm sure you'll be a good pool partner if we keep at it. Well, time for one more shot. What do you go for? What was like right there? 12. Oh, I think it's like staying the same no matter what. Let's go for 1 this time. I don't want to sit there and touch this far. Time to change that. The angle's sharp, but maybe you shoot. It's a strong shot that pockets ball 1 in one go. The best shot of the few minutes of your pool career. It's so impressive that all four of you just stand still for a second, unable to fully register the fact. Jackie's the first to recover. Now that's what I'm talking about, Suwey. Jackie then takes aim at ball 3. She somehow manages to make it right along the cushion until it falls into a corner. Your turn, Captain. We might even end this in a few shots if we do it right. Okay. I need to sneeze. Apologies. Time to make this count. You take aim at ball 2. With one ball left and everything on the line, you screw up. The cue stick hits at a downward angle, making the ball jump a little and not go very far. Right now, you're not feeling too hot. You've lost a lot of good shots, while Ramos has remained consistent. The difference between someone who plays a lot like Jackie or Ramos and someone like you appears to be gigantic. And Ramos's consistency is exactly what helped her pocket the remaining stripes. The main mid is helping a bit. When the 8 ball is down, you and Jackie have fallen silent. That was a good game, folks! You and Jackie are momentarily taken by surprise, both at the friendly tone and the fact that Ramos has spoken for the first time. Well, looks like we win, Flavio gloats. Going to retrieve the prize. Ramos approaches you next, with a shake of her head. Don't lose hope just because you lost. You did well for a first-timer, you know. And you, Jackie, right? You're great. I've no idea how I've never seen you at a tournament before. Well, I'm always up for a challenge. If we ever meet again, you bet we're playing. Ramos smiles at that. You chat a bit more with her before going back to the ship. As you stroll alongside Jackie, you wonder what other stories you can find in Aquarella. That's cute. When you finally get back, you notice how the crew looks more relaxed. You have a good feeling about these folks despite everything. Alright. Aquarella is a colossal city. In order to control the intense traffic flow, there are strict speed limits in place. It'll take a couple days before you finally get to the marketplace. While you're planning your route across the city, you hear someone approaching you. Captain, I'm afraid we have an issue. I was inspecting the cargoes you asked me to. Most of the eggs are fine, save for one. I'm afraid one of the eggs is hatched, Captain. Hatched? So now you have an exotic pet roaming around the 41 bis? I'm afraid that is the case, Captain. Personally, I worry the poor thing will get hurt. Bardo tries to regain his composure. That's not all, however. I found this among the incubators. Bardo hands you a red feather. Whoever dropped this had long left the cargo hold by the time I arrived. At least it's a start. Better call the others. You'll need the whole crew for this. Oh no. Y'all gather in the cargo hold. Rosanna insisted there was no risk of hatching. We should call her and demand an explanation. Don't think it's that simple, man. It's way more likely we'll just get yelled at if we report this to the client. Maybe even have our pay doc, too. After all, we're a Caravan on its first delivery. Something like this could be seen as inexperience or even incompetence. I think we call. Your heart is racing, but you call her anyway. Oh hey, you're just a few days from here, right? I take it everything is fine with the eggs? Talk or lie? We'll talk. You tell her about the hatched eggs. Rosanna's expression hardens. Hatched? But that's impossible. You explain what happened as best you can, but your crewmates are filling in the blanks. I see. Well then, you just have to find and catch the runaway pet before you get here. How are we supposed to do that exactly? Chances of any of these babies leaving a moving ship is pretty much zero, so all you need to do is locate it. Put those instincts to use, big guy. Madam, I do not think that is how it works. Too late. Rosanna has turned off the call. Guess we're really dealing with this ourselves, huh? I'm sure we can come up with a plan, can't we? It should be no different from hunting your dinner back in the surface. Probably. We need a place to start. What kind of animal are we dealing with? Well, most incubators were labeled, complete with pet size, body type, and diet. But strangely, this was the exception. The only information present in the label was its name, Mafagafo. You never heard of an animal by that name in all your life. Judging by the looks your crew members are sporting, neither have they. If we're tracking an exotic pet down ourselves, we'll need to lure it out of hiding. I propose leaving some sort of bait, a snack if you may. I like how you think, Chef. Leaving some food on a good old trap should do the trick. I didn't mean it that way, you brute. The animal is more likely to be pacified if it becomes content. We can leave the food somewhere visible to attract the pet. No traps needed. It may be more productive if we could track it down somehow. I still have some spare grease. Maybe we could put some along the ship. That way it might leave a trail for us to follow. At the end, it's up to you, Cap. I actually like Bardo's plan. We're gonna go with Bardo's plan. Bardo has a point. You could spread portions of food in a strategic spot of the ship. I'm glad you agree, Captain. The situation calls for something other than force. Normally I'd agree, but I'm not sure Bardo's idea is the best. Yeah, you should let me or Jackie try, Cap. Bardo is supposed to be responsible for the eggs to begin with. If you have something to say to me, wait until my plan brings the Mafagafo back. I'll try out your suggestion, Captain, though there remains the matter of where. You can go left to the kitchen, stay here in the cargo hold, or go to the common room on your right. I ain't staying here. If the Mafagafo is in the cargo hold, there's a chance it will return. If you put some food there, that chance is even higher. I agree, that seems best. I suggest we put into practice as soon as we can. If you change your mind and want to put your treats in a trap, just give me a call, Chef. There'll be no deceit. You'll see, you buffoon. The crew gets ready to execute the plan. Hopefully it'll work. You don't have a lot of time, and you'd rather not get on Rosanna's bad side. Where's your days? Maybe it can camouflage itself? You haven't heard whatever noise it probably makes. At this point, you and the crew are starting to panic. You've all taken a searching through the ship. During one of these searches, you enter the ship's cargo hold. Jackie searched here a while ago, but it doesn't hurt to try again. Just then, you see a bundle of red feathers on one of Bardo's improvised feeders. It moves to look at you. The animal has a couple of tail feathers, 2 small feet, and a pair of wings. Its short beak and narrow eyes have a curious look. The Mafagafo takes flight briefly, then lands a bit closer. It looks like it's inspecting you curiously. Time to think of a way to capture the creature. We got pet or throw. We're gonna pet it. You relax your posture and try to approach slowly. The Mafagafo tilts its head looking straight at you, but it doesn't move. You extend your hand to try to pet it. It flinches for a second, but then leans into your hand. Once the Mafagafo looks content enough, you attempt to pick it up. It floats around for a second, but settles in your arms. You call for the rest of the crew. Well, that's one problem solved. Alright. The crew assembles following your call. So the Mafagafo is in the cargo hold now. Nice work, Cap. I'm glad feeding the creature was enough. Well, it clearly worked better than a trap would. Well, what now? I guess we just keep an eye on the Mafagafo until we get to the Aquarella marketplace. And feed it regularly, of course. Sounds like a plan. At least you sleep well knowing your cargo is safe. Well, turns out sleep isn't coming so easy. Maybe you should check up on the Mafagafo just in case. Oh no. As you reach the cargo hold, you notice Bardo is there. Your cook is watching the exotic pet eat from a shallow bowl. Hello, Captain. The Mafagafo is doing fine, as you can see. I must say, I'm happy my food helped solve this issue. Of course, I cannot take all the credit. You found it while you were alone, after all. I think to our combined efforts, the Mafagafo is safe and sound now. Good leadership is important both at the Caravan and kitchen. I'm glad to see Captain make good choices. Yeah. Tell him you're glad to see the crew being helpful as well. The two of you chat a bit more before you go back to bed, leaving Bardo to his watch. Uh-oh. Okay, you're there. You finally reach the Aquarella marketplace. Clubber lands the ship in the designated cargo area and starts taking out the incubators. The egg will be fine to carry, but the Mafagafo could make a fuss. Should you trust someone with it? No, we'll take care of it ourselves. You risk too much. You decide to carry the Mafagafo there yourself. You look scared of the people around you, but at least it's not trying to escape. At least you dealt with the situation the best you could, though you'll have to explain it to Rosanna. Well, no time to waste. You and the crew enter the large structure. The marketplace looked huge from the outside, but the inside seems even bigger, if only because of how crowded it is. It's a mishmash of different shops and services, each with its own distinct flair. We still need to walk a bit according to the address. The 3 corridors over there lead to the same place, the main court. Rosanna's shop will be there. We can show you around then. Come on, pick a corridor. Let's go right. Jackie points to a ship dealer close to the entrance. How did those even fit there? You also pass several clothing stores, at least 3 drugstores, and a stand selling glasses, monocles, visors, and eye patches. After navigating the crowds for a few minutes, you reach Rosanna's shop, Critic Corner. It's easily distinguishable by the myriad of animals in different enclosures. The sheer variety of exotic pets results in a strange combination of colors, sounds, and smells. Hey there, glad to see you made it. I assume you managed to find the missing pet? We did, madam. We have the Mafagafo here with us. Great, I knew those claws of yours weren't just for show. Madam. Rosanna's expression shifts into a thoughtful one, though she's still frowning. It was the only Mafagafo egg that hatched, huh? Say, the part of your ship where you store cargo, what's it like? Question's strange, but you answer the best you can with Jackie filling in some bits. Yeah, there's a good chance it was us. Let me explain. Mafagafos are a weird bunch. I've been in the business since I was a teen and never saw anything like them. Turns out they have a lot of different traits depending on the environment they hatch in. Color, height, even body structure is different. That adaptability is how they survive out there, and also why they sell as pets. But more importantly, the eggs don't hatch unless they're in a certain temperature range. Makes sense with the ship and cargo hold being the way they are. The heat of the room must have added to that of the incubator. Yeah, which explains why only the Mafagafo egg hatched. With those conditions, it reached its perfect temperature. So had the heat been any higher, we would have dealt with a dozen exotic pets roaming around. Dang, all that trouble because of the 41 bits is an old piece of junk then? Well, yeah, though I guess we couldn't really do anything about it. You did though, I gotta give you some credit. You managed to catch the slippery thing. Well, with all 12 pets here, I guess we can wrap this up. Don't worry, your accident won't affect our business. Don't think any of us could have predicted it. I'm sure I can find someone out there to buy the little critter, even if they can't change the way it looks. If I may, Rosanna, would you allow us to purchase the Mafagafo? Huh? What's gotten you, chef? I got it. You got attached to it, huh? Well, I guess for you I can negotiate a price. Wait a second, Bardo. I'm not sure we're equipped to keep a pet around. I'm aware, but I know someone who is. They can keep it. Forgive me if I'm overstepping, Captain, but I worry about the Mafagafa's well-being. It's hard to tell what kind of owner will buy it. Well, you can give me the Mafagafa with the other pets or buy it from me. Either way, I end up making a sale, but it's up to you. Anyway, that will be 500 grana for the little critter. 500? Well, they aren't called exotic pets for no reason. Well then, do you finish your delivery? Or go with Bardo's plan for the Mafagafo? We're gonna get it! You want to pay your debt, but not at the cost to other people's happiness, especially not if those people are helping you pay that debt in the first place. Bardo sends you a grateful look. Thank you, Captain. We'll take it to an animal sanctuary I know. It's about a day's travel from here. Alright, then I'll just take the 500 from your reward and we're good to go. The trip to the animal sanctuary goes without much incident, surprisingly. The Mafagafo is fed twice a day and the vents are kept closed. The most that happened is Clever getting pecked. Twice. You arrive at the animal sanctuary the next day. Bardo couldn't be happier. Gee, Chef, I thought you'd have won a cooking contest or something. Well, I dare say I am just that happy. After all, we completed a delivery as a crew and did a good deed to boot. Bardo directs you toward a reception center, currently occupied by an armadillo. Ahem. Hello, Tatiana. We got a specimen for the sanctuary. Could you help us with the paperwork? While Bardo talks with the receptionist, who seems to be an old friend of his, Jackie approaches you. I don't think I've ever seen our grumpy cook this happy for this long. He might be strict, but I guess he's got a good heart. I think you all do, even Clever. Hey, I'm right here, you know. After a few minutes, you bring the Mafagafo out. Soon after, you say goodbyes and release it into the reserve. Well, can't say I expected the delivery to take this turn when we first picked up the chip at the cafe bar. You feel like you got to know your crew a bit better. They're good people. Honestly, you're fine with that debt taking a little longer to pay. How cute! Where are we now? You're making your way back to the capybara. You should be sleeping yet. Insomnia hits you hard this night. You've just completed your first delivery as a caravaneer, a captain at that. But still, you're filled with self-doubt. Thoughts come and go incessantly while you toss and turn in bed, reminding you of your life and the surface and your reason to be here. You're suddenly interrupted by a tune coming from the chamber closest to you, the cockpit. Sounds like a transmission request from the communications terminal. Who could it be at this hour? You tiptoe to the cockpit and look at the screen. The caller's location is unknown. You lower the system's volume before answering the call. Greetings, Suwey. Didn't wake you, did I? Just wanted to catch up after all this time. Let's have a quick chat, shall we? The sight of the one looking at you through the screen is enough to make you feel uneasy. It's almost time. How are your preparations going? You better be ready, little one. There's only a month left. Fear. You freeze up for a moment, but try to compose yourself. You reassure Mom and Bondo that he'll get the money as agreed. Really now? You don't sound so sure, brat. I'm not as sure as you sounded 6 months ago, at least. I expect no surprises when I come to collect my money, understood? Anyway, you're gonna hear from me again soon. Until next time. Marin Bondo hangs up and you're left alone with your feelings and a headache. We're fine. You take a deep breath and try to calm yourself. You might be far from having all the grana, but that was just your first job. You still have time to do another delivery before the deadline. It's gonna be fine. Isn't it? Your thoughts are briefly interrupted by a sneeze coming from the corridor. You open the door to find Bardo. Your cook is standing a bit awkwardly, but quickly fixes his posture with a forced smile. Also, I'm curious about this. Oh, you can see, like, the friendship level with all of them. That's cute. I was curious what that was. Oh, hello, Suwey. Anyway, I think we're gonna end this here. I really liked this one. This one was good. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it, but dude, this is really good. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think of this game. I really liked it. Yeah. And if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to me here on YouTube and then go follow me over on Twitch. I stream there 3 days a week. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.